Hello my dear friends, welcome to my channel PSC Infotech. Today I am going to share JavaScript basic interview questions and answers with you. This is part 6 of JavaScript interview questions and answers series. These are very basic interview questions. Any interviewer first check your fundamentals. If your fundamentals are clear, then your chance of selection is very high. So you must prepare these interview questions before go to any interview. Now let's start with question number 1. What is hoisting in JavaScript? Hoisting is the default behavior of JavaScript, where all the variables and function declaration are moved on top. This means that irrespective of whether the variable and functions are declared, they are moved on top of the scope. The scope can be both local and global. Example, my variable equal to 2, console.log my variable var my variable. So I have assigned the value before declaring. So the output is 2 even when the variable is declared after it is initialized. Explain hoisting with an example in JavaScript. Example, my function. So I call this function. Now I define the function my function console.log welcome. So output is welcome. So I have called this function before declaring it. Second example, hoisting takes place in the local scope as well. So function local scope x equal to 33 console.log x var x local scope, call local scope function. So output is 33 since the local variable x is hoisted inside the local scope. Variable initialization are not hoisted, only variable declaration are hoisted. Is it true? Yes, variable initialization are not hoisted, only variable declaration are hoisted. So see the example, var x console.log x equal to 23. So output is undefined since the initialization of x is not hoisted. So remember, to avoid hoisting, you can run JavaScript in strict mode by using use strict on top of the code. So see the example, use strict x equal to 23 var x gives an error since x is not declared at this moment. How to declare variable in JavaScript? In JavaScript we can declare variable in 3 different ways, like this: where price equal to 100, let is purchase equal to false, constant item equal to book. So we can declare variable using these 3 keywords, var, let and const. And also if name equal to Jack, so I have not declared any keyword here, so it's by default its behavior is it work as a var, so it work as a var name equal to Jack. How to use JavaScript variable in block scope? A block, that is code block, is a section of a code we define using a pair of curly braces. So let fname alex const zip 500067 where age 25 console.log f.name uncaught reference error since fname is not defined, console.log zip uncaught reference zip is not defined, console.log age it returns out 25. So remember, do not use the where keyword inside a block scope, always use let and constant instead. How to use JavaScript variable in functional scope? So let's see it with an example. So function my function, let f name alex const zip 560089 where age 25. Now call my function. So now after that calling, now write console.log fname, so it returns uncaught reference, fname is not defined, console.log zip uncaught reference zip is not defined, console.log age uncaught reference age is not declared. The variable declared with var inside a function is not accessible outside of it. The keyword var has function scope. How to use JavaScript variable in global scope? Variables declared outside of any functions and blocks are global and are said to have global scope. This means you can access them from any part of the current JavaScript program. Let fname alex const zip 560089 var age 25 function my function console.log fname it's returned alex, console.log zip it returns 560089, console.log age it returns 25 as an output. My function console.log fname it returns alex, console.log zip it returns 560089, console.log age it returns 25. So these variables are used inside a function as well as outside a function. So these keywords are used as a global variable. How can reassign a new variable to a variable in JavaScript? So let fname equal to alex, const zip equal to 560089, var age equal to 25. Now reassigning the values. Fname equal to bob, zip equal to 65457, age equal to 78. So fname it return bob, zip equal to 56457, it returns uncaught type error. Why? Because assignment of constant variable is not applicable. Age 75 it returns 75 as an output. So remember this diagram. When we reassign a value with var type it's allowed, reassign value with let it also allowed, but when we use with constant it's written not allowed. What happened when you access a variable before declaring it? With var is non-static mode, the variable will have an undefined value. This means that a variable has been declared but has no value assigned. In strict mode, you will get a reference error that the variable is not declared. With let and constant, if you try to access a variable before declaring, you will always get reference error. What is the difference between var, let and const keyword in JavaScript? So scope, var is a variable declared within a var or in a function scope. Let is a variable declared as a let and in the block scope. Constant, variables declared as const are in the block scope. So const and let are block scope and var as a function scope. So hoisting is allowed in var but not allowed in let and const. Reassigning a value, so it is allowed in var, also in let but not applicable in const. Redeclaring of the variable, so it's applicable, it's allow in var but not allow in let and const. Thanks my dear friends for watching this entire video. Hope you have enjoyed with this video. Please feel free to comment if you have any query or question in your mind. I will give you answer as soon as possible. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for more latest videos. All the best. Thank you very much. Bye bye.